What's good, Wolfpack? One-on-one interview with Lamarr Kimble.
So, Lamarr Kimble, the Worcester Wolves guard, how are you?
I'm doing fine, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, I'm doing very good. So, you've been in Worcester for a couple of months now, yeah? How have you been settling into the city?
I was settling great. I mean, I love it. I wish that, fans were here at the games and things like that so we can interact more, but we're loving everything. Getting used to the food. I mean, been cooking a lot, but it's a fun part, and I've been loving it, the experience.
So are you quite a good cook in terms of doing everything yourself?
Yeah, I'm alright. I ain't gonna brag about my hand or nothing like that, but I mean, I can get it done on a daily basis.
Yeah. What do you go to? Sort of.
I'm kind of everything. I can make some salmon with some blackened salmon, or I can make a Cajun shrimp pasta with some sauce, some special sauce. So I mean, it's a little lot of everything. I know they think basketball players are just mainly pasta, but I can go steak, fry some chicken. It goes down to Ambrose.
Oh, you're cooking some 5-star cuisine over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it done. I'm trying to get better with it.
Well, maybe once basketball's over and however long that is, you can open up Kimble's as a restaurant.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe some fresh platters, something like that. Yeah,
you've got the marketing all set
out. Nobody take that either. I don't want nobody taking that. That might come out soon.
It's trademark. So what do you think are the main differences that you found with Worcester so far and the places you've been around in the States?
Yeah, well, I'm from Philadelphia in the States, so it's a big city, so it's a lot more loud, a lot more noisier than it is in Worcester. But they've been good for the most part. I mean, the people is kind of the most important thing to me, and everybody is, loving and solid in those regards and things like that. But like I said, I wish I can, explore more in here. Definitely the scenery is great. I take a lot of walks, down by the river and other places that's close by Ambrose. So those are pretty good experiences for me.
Yeah, obviously with places not exactly being open, have you been able to go out and really is there a favorite place that you've actually been to, kind of to explore?
I mean, well, there's this great view by a trail that's down there by Old Berry Road if you keep going straight past the park. So I kind of go there a lot just to kind of clear my mind and kind of put things in perspective of where I'm at and where I started.
Yeah. So obviously when guys come into Worcester or from the state, they kind of potentially have troubles finding places to shop or go food. Have you found the place that you do your kind of weekly shop for food to obviously cook those 5-star dishes?
Yeah. I mean, I'm an Aldi person, so I'm at Aldi. They need to sponsor us here. We love Aldi, so I'm giving y'all the heads up already. But yeah, I'm at Aldi. We're there every week, just getting stuff together, just getting stuff right, just trying to eat healthy too at the same time, and it's a good balance between both.
Aldi is it's a really nice, it's cheap, it's also quite and
right.
It's rather the less that they provide and more what you can do with the ingredients.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, I bet you can cook up some fine, especially for the value. You've got a lot of quality dishes.
Yeah, right.
For what you get.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the type of person, I love leftovers too, so I'm able to cook a lot at once and have some leftovers. So it's a great thing.
Have you found maybe sometimes you don't exactly want to cook, maybe you're not in the mood for it. Have you found maybe a takeout place that you've
not really. When I first got here, I had a few takeouts. I can't remember their name, but those are a little bit expensive for me, so I'm gonna keep it real and just stay to cooking, and I enjoy that process of cooking anyway, so it's good on both sides.
Well, with him, fitting in with the city as well. Obviously, you had to come in and fit in with new teammates. How have you been fitting in and gelling with the team so far?
I've been fitting in great. It's kind of good. We kind of have a young team, so a lot of guys are kind of around the same age and things like that. But we're all loving all. It's like a brotherhood here. We're all for one another, and that makes things easier. Kind of through ups and downs when you have that the person next to you is more like a brother and just a teammate that you're playing for.
Yeah. And obviously there were players in before you guys had come in. So have they really been key as to kind of helping you to settle down?
Yeah, they've been great. I mean, the uni kids they're just as much as part of this team as the guys who are from America. They're here every day with us, practicing with us, making sure we get better, competing with us, and they push us to be better every day. Sometimes in a sport like this, there's up and down days where you don't feel like coming in and competing, and the fact that those guys don't accumulate that many minutes, they come and practice with that energy and focus that you need, and it always makes you step your game up to another level.
Yeah. And what's your relationship like with Coach Newby as well?
Yeah, Coach Newby's great. I mean, fun-loving, kind of open spirit, kind of free type of guy. You can have the deepest conversations with him, basketball is just easy to talk about when you have somebody who you can talk to on different levels and different things like that. So, I mean, he's been great in balancing us as a team and, controlling emotions and things like that as we have a young team. So, I mean, I commend him 100% for, what he has done from the start of my career and things like that.
And so, this next segment's kind of going to be getting to know you a bit more, getting to know inside the head of Fresh Kimble.
Right.
So these are kind of some ultimatum questions, some decisions you got to make, and some reasons behind them. So the first question, it's a very important question. It's very, very key to a lot of people's personalities. Cats or dogs?
I'm going with dogs.
Yes.
No hate on cats though. I love cats. I just don't know what they're thinking, but I love dogs. They're your best friends. So once you get one, and they down with you 100%. So that's a great feeling when you have one of those.
You ever had any pet dogs before?
Yeah, I've had a pit bull when I was younger. So that was kind of like one of the best friends for me, and kind of gave them away to my aunts and things like that. So. But traveling so much and being away from college and then coming here, I kind of haven't had one in the past few years. But once I settle down, definitely gonna be my first purchase.
It's a great answer. So, what would you say your favorite film is?
I mean, I'm a natural disasters type person. Also because I believe in environmental things. That's one thing I'm key on. So, like The Day After Tomorrow is probably one of my favorite films ever. And the asterisk next to Titanic, I'm also I'm a loving guy too, so movies like that get to me. You ain't always gotta be tough all the time.
So you let out a few tears at the end of Titanic.
I might let out a few tears. I ain't gonna say I did, but it might have happened. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that.
It's all up to the fans' imagination.
It's all up to the fans.
So would you say that you're maybe like a film guy or more of a games person?
That's a tough question. I love both, but I'll say more films. I play the game though. I'm 2K and Madden and things like that, and every other game. But I'm more of a film guy. I like the meaning behind films, and a lot of them have undercover meanings inside of them and stuff like that. So it's good when you have those different variety of films and stuff like that. Yeah.
But then you got also the games where you can also compete with the guys.
Yeah, right. And that's where my competitive spirit kind of comes out at. The fact that 2K, I can be online playing against somebody miles across the world, and it's like, listen, I don't know who you are, but I'm trying to win this game, and I'm gonna do whatever is possible. So yeah.
Nothing else beats using MJ and beating the buzzer against some kid that's talking trash down the mic.
Yeah, it's a little bad if somebody's using one of the all great teams. It's kind of hard to win against those, but yeah, the competition through video games is definitely something that's epic.
I mean, we've talked about food as well. You're obviously a great cook. So, what would you say? Tippity top, the best food for you?
You're hitting a lot of questions. I have a lot going through my mind when you ask something about food. See, I'm a breakfast guy, so I would say some French toast with a nice little eggs and bacon, something that's it's calm. I don't know if that's too fancy for everybody else, but it's real fancy for me. And I love French toast. I'm kind of I can have French toast at 8 in the morning, and I can have it 10 o'clock at night. So that never runs away from my heart.
I don't know whether it's a part of anyone else's culture, but I can have breakfast sort of like that in the evening. So it's kind of an any day.
Yeah, anytime. If I was getting breakfast from the store and you had your rules, you probably have to back your rules up for me. I'm calling probably 5 minutes before they over. Like, what? Can you got me one more time? So yeah, I love breakfast.
What would you say? Obviously you haven't had too much of it, in terms of takeout food, but I know there's a lot of variety over, maybe in Philly as well. So, what would you say that your favorite takeout food or go-to takeout food would be?
Favorite takeout food. That's a tough one. I mean, just being from Philly, it's home of the cheesesteaks. So anytime you're able to get a good cheesesteak, not too many though, because that'll do some damage to your body. But anytime you're able to get a good cheesesteak from one of the best spots, it's definitely a great experience. You fulfilled your day with that.
I say, as long as you work it off, it's fine.
Yeah, as long as you work it off, it's fine. Don't consecutive days. You got to cherish that one moment and then let the week pass before you get another one.
Absolutely. So moving on to a bit of music now. Who would you say that right now your top 3 musicians are?
My top 3 musicians are Kendrick Lamar, Young Thug, and third one's hard. I listen to a lot of music. I'm that person that walk in and my headphones in before the game and you don't talk to him. I'm gonna go with Meek Mill, just from the city of Philadelphia. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add Meek in there. Yeah.
So out of those 2 that you named straight away, I mean, I would edge towards Kung Fu Kenny right at the top. Is he at the top for you?
Yeah, Kung Fu Kenny is at the top for me. Of course I wish he dropped more. Where you at, Kendrick? We need some more music. You could drop like all the young ones out here dropping, but I understand. But he takes his time because when it comes out, it's greatness, and that's why I love Kung Fu that much.
To Pimp a Butterfly is just a great album, isn't it?
So underrated too. I feel like the meaning behind that is it really a lot to do with what's going on now, which is kind of crazy how the world is now. That the meaning he put in that album is really real coincide with what's going on. So it's kind of To Pimp a Butterfly. Everybody go listen to it. It's a great album.
Lamarr Kimble certified.
Yeah, certified, right? Stamp it.
So if you could have one superpower in the entire, say this was
That's crazy.
This has your the debut of Lamarr Kimble in the Avengers on the line.
Yeah.
What would your superpower
That's
be?
crazy. We just talked about this in Ambrose. I live with Brandon and Mika, so we have conversations all the time. We just talked about superpower. Mine would be teleporting. I would love to, I wake up and it's cold, I'm going to snap my fingers and now it's hot. So I like to teleport. Flying, stuff like that is cool, but it takes too long to fly. Teleport, you blink your eye and you there. So I would love to teleport. And you probably wouldn't be able to see me too much about teleporting too, so that would be a great feeling.
So, off the back of that, it actually leads into my next question. If you could teleport anywhere for a day, where would you go?
That's a tough one. I hear a lot about Dubai, so I'll probably teleport to Dubai and see what it was like. Of course, England would have been one, but I'm here already. So, but yeah, definitely I'll go to Dubai. I hear a lot about it from where I'm from, where a lot of artists use Dubai in their songs and things like that. So I want to see what the hype's about. Yeah.
And you say you're a big nature guy, Animal Kingdom and all that sort of stuff. If you could turn into an animal for one day, which animal would it be?
See, that's a tough one. Of course, everybody don't want to be a lion. They want to be, king of the jungle and everything like that. I'm trying to think of something that nobody probably would think of. That'd be kind of crazy. I think giraffes are pretty cool. Like they're pretty high up. I mean, they got the best view probably in the whole world. Like they got the best view at all times. So I think a giraffe would be cool, but I'll definitely probably be a lion first before that. I'll be a lion.
Be the top of the food chain at that point.
Yeah, I'll be at the top of the food chain. Even though giraffes don't really get touched too much, but I like to be a king out there.
Would you say that you sort of try and harness the power of a lion when you're entering the court?
Yeah, for sure. Everybody has that, I guess, alter ego that they kind of try to tap into when they're about to go on the court. So I always try to tap into another side of things, or my reasons why for playing basketball, and kind of put them all together at one moment and kind of put that effort out there on the court. Yeah.
So what would you say right now, away from the court, what would you say is like, kind of your biggest addiction? Or it could be basketball itself, but what would you say is your biggest addiction right now?
I had to say music. Man, music gets me through everything. I don't know. I love music, the meanings, the wordplay. So I would say that's my biggest addiction. I don't know what I would do without music. I'll be a little flustered without it. So I have to go music. Yeah.
What would you say is say if you had to go to one song, what would it be right now?
Ooh. One song. ASAP Rocky Sundress. I'll go there.
Yeah.
It's good vibes there. I know I'm putting y'all on some music here. ASAP Rocky Sundress. You know, you nice cookout outside on a hot day. It's the perfect vibe. So, yeah, that's a great one.
And what's the biggest thing on your bucket list that you're yet to tick off?
That's big time. I mean, my goal is just to kind of make my family comfortable, kind of do stuff for my family that they probably expected they wouldn't be able to do in their lifetime, or have my mom and dad experience something they haven't experienced before, and they're older than me. So that's kind of my bucket list, to kind of, you know, do something real, like, you know, happy, make my family happy at one moment and make them proud. Yeah.
And so, you know, this is kind of the last question, last ultimatum. You know, if you were to, you know, say you've ended your career, had a very full career, would you rather become a basketball coach or a franchise owner?
Explain what you mean by franchise.
So, like, you're the owner of the Chicago Bulls, or you're the owner of. So, would you rather be coaching the Bulls, or would you rather be?
I'd rather be coaching.
Coaching.
Yeah, I think coaching allows you to bring a lot of relationships that you thought you wouldn't have. You know, you kind of are a stepping stone for a lot of people younger than you and helping them out in their lives and things like that. So I definitely would want to be coaching. Relationships are real big to me, and, you know, meeting different people. So that aspect I would have to be in tune with that. Yeah.
So this next segment kind of moves on to focusing on your teammates. You know, obviously you're a late addition, but at the moment you say that it's kind of a brotherhood. So this is kind of choosing who fits the bill. So
right.
I've asked this question to a couple now. Who would you say is the worst dressed guy in the locker room?
That's just funny that it's your first question. Dang, worst dressed guy. I'm gonna go with Uncle Henry, man. I'm gonna go with Uncle Henry. Henry got swag too. I'm not saying he don't, but he's just a character to me. So I'm gonna go with Uncle Henry. I know he's gonna laugh at this.
You call him Uncle Henry?
Yeah, that's Uncle Henry, man. That's the vet on the team. That's Uncle Henry, man.
I've never heard Henry being called Uncle Henry before.
I'm giving you some insight now. Now you're getting a part of the brotherhood of the team. That's Uncle Hank.
Oh, that's brilliant. Who do you think's the funniest?
The funniest guy. I'm gonna go with Mika.
Yeah.
Mika's pretty funny. He's undercover. They don't know. He probably looks a little quiet to y'all, but Mika's funny. Mika have you laughing all day.
Yeah. Who would you say is the locker room DJ?
Locker room DJ. Oh man, Big Mike.
Yeah.
Boogie Parks. Boogie Parks would come with that JBL speaker. He'd have it blasting before. He don't even use headphones. He just walk around, just let the music rock. So you definitely gotta go Big Mike. You gonna hear his music.
I imagine the locker room after a win is kind of like a rave or something.
No, not a rave. Imagine that we just in here jumping with flashing lights. That's hilarious.
Hey, what else better way to celebrate a win?
Nah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Who would you say has the worst music taste? Who you would never let be the locker room DJ?
Oh, I don't hear too much music from everybody, but I can only imagine what Sean be playing. I can only imagine.
Sean Rankley, eh?
Yeah, my guy Sean. I can only imagine. I never heard him play music, but I only can imagine what he's playing. I gotta get into the mind of Sean's music and see what he's rocking with. Yeah.
I say as a connoisseur, of music, the guy that likes the meaning behind songs,
yeah.
You kind of have to pass the Kimble test.
Yeah,
pass
for sure.
The fresh music test.
Yeah, I listen to all genres too. I'm multi-talented, wherever you want to put it in terms of listening to music. I'm listening to everything. So, I mean, you definitely gonna have to pass the fresh Kimble test. Yeah.
Bit of Taylor Swift on the playlist too.
Here and there, I let Taylor rock, let her get it. She's Taylor for a reason. We let her go off in here in the locker room too.
Have any of the UK guys tried to introduce you to it, to kind of the UK music scene?
Yeah, I've listened to a few UK songs. I like a few UK songs. A lot of them. See Nobody is probably my favorite. By I think his name was Wes Nelson. That's probably my favorite song right now, UK wise. But I like the whole UK. A lot of in America we took the UK style too. So the drill music and things like that. So. I relate to all.
Yeah. Who do you think on the team is the most competitive?
Most competitive. That's tough. See, that's how you get people on the team in trouble when you ask them questions like that. Because then they ask me after, like, I was the most competitive. You don't believe so? I'm gonna go with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with me. I'm the most competitive, man. I don't like losing. They know that. We could do it the littlest drill. If we ain't in tune in that drill and we lost, I'm mad after that drill. We got to get the next one for sure. So yeah.
Obviously being as competitive as you are, the whole team is really competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is the biggest trash talker when, even like maybe if it's on the court in the game or even if it's in practice?
Trash talker. I would trash talk, but I don't start it. People start with me, and then I just react. I don't start it. Big trash talker. I'm gonna go back to my guy Uncle Henry, man. Uncle Henry trash talks, man. He'll get under your skin if he has to. So I go Uncle Henry, yeah, for sure.
Who would you think, if you put the entire team in a 100-meter race, who's winning that race?
I'm gonna go with T. I'm gonna go with Tyler. I think Tyler got that energy for it. See, a 100-meter race, I don't think I had the energy for it. Maybe 40. You keep it light. I can get a quick burst, but I think Tyler he's gonna catch a pace one time, and he's probably a little cheater out there for a second. So I'm gonna go with Tyler. Yeah.
So who do you think is the best shooter on the team?
I'm gonna go with Josh McSwig. Definitely. Josh is a sniper. He's a sniper. He's a shooter. We got a lot of shooters on the team though, but Josh got that high arcing shot. You can't really block it. He's either going to miss it or he's going to make it. So he's definitely he's the sniper of the team.
So say if you put everyone in a 3-point contest, you'd probably pick Josh to win.
Yeah, I'll probably pick Josh to win. I mean, there's some. You got Marty a match with him. Marty can get hot. Mika can get hot. Henry can shoot with him. But I'm thinking about all around. Josh can knock his shots down for sure.
Yeah. Who do you think has the best handles on the team?
It's definitely out of Brandon and Marty. Brandon's a little bit more like shifty with it, but Marty's just like smooth with it. He'll probably do something like try to throw it between your legs. Like he's more of that type of ball handler. So it's definitely between them as a tie. Yeah.
Has the ball ever been put between your legs before?
Oh no, it hasn't been put between my legs, but it has been put between other people's legs. I'm not saying names, so don't ask me that. I'm not saying names, but it has been. Yeah.
Save the embarrassment.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I don't want no trouble.
And finally, who do you think has the highest IQ, like the highest core IQ on the team?
I definitely like Elijah has the highest IQ. He's pretty intelligent out there in terms of making adjustments on the floor on his own and kind of switching things up out there, or just from setting the screen to how he defends somebody. He's pretty intelligent in how he do things. He goes about his game in a very high IQ way. So I'm definitely gonna go with Elijah.
So that was the teammates segment. Hopefully you're not receiving stares in the locker room after this one.
I hope not either, but they'll be understanding to it, so it will be all good.
So this is kind of moving on to the final segment of this interview, which is kind of focusing on your basketball career. So how long have you been playing basketball?
Since I can remember, I would say about 5 years old. Yeah, my mom took me up to the park, and she left me with the older guys up there. It was like, watch him, and I'll just shoot on the monkey bars and stuff like that. And then by the time I got older, I just started playing with them, and that just became natural.
Yeah. So did you have idols growing up, favorite teams, etc.?
Yeah. The first ever person that I fell in love with the game was Jason Kidd. Just the way that he played the point guard position, just getting his teammates involved, just being a big guard, high IQ person. He wasn't the most athletic, wasn't the most fast, and so it was just he had fit that whole kind of how I figured I was going to be growing up. Not the tallest, not the biggest, stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you think that Jason Kidd's kind of one of the most underrated players in NBA history?
Yeah, I mean, I just think as time goes by, a lot of younger kids not going to know who Jason Kidd is. He wasn't flashy enough, in terms of how he handled the ball, like how the game is played today. As the era has grown and stuff like that in terms of style of play. So they're not going to know, but I bet you a lot of people are a little older than me. They know exactly what Jason Kidd is.
Exactly, and they should know.
Yeah, and they should know what Jason Kidd is for sure.
When did you realize that you kind of wanted to go pro with it? Was it ever since that you were kind of a kid watching Jason Kidd?
Sort of. I mean, when I was younger, it was for the fun of the game. Like, it was the love of the game. I'm not saying the love of the game is still not there now, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I grew up playing basketball. It was like, I go to the park and I fell in love with it. Like, that's how I started. So by the time when I got to high school, it was like, I got told that you can play professionally, basketball your whole life, and I'm like, seriously? It was just started off wanting to go to college, and then it's like, okay, well, if I could do this for the rest of my life, this is what I love, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Obviously you went through the college system, playing the NCAA. Mm-hmm. What would you say that your favorite memory is from college?
Yeah, my freshman year we won the A-10 championship. Yeah. So that was a real bright moment for me in my college career. Just knowing the hard work we went through that year, then it put us in the tournament, things like that. Coming from a mid-major conference, it was great all around to have that experience in life.
Would you say that's kind of your proudest moment so far in terms of your basketball career?
I mean, sort of, kind of, like, there's games that I feel as though are just important. Like, at Louisville, we were the 1 seed, we played the 4 seed. That was Michigan, and that was kind of like a battle in front of 22,000. So that was just like a great memory. We had a whiteout that day, so that was pretty epic in terms of itself. But in terms of accomplishment-wise, just as a total team accomplishment, that was definitely one of them. Yeah.
And, how did playing in Louisville kind of propel you into a position where you could come over to the British Basketball League and apply your trade here?
Yeah, I learned a lot. First of all, just playing around a lot of great players and things like that who are, soon to be pros and are going to be pros and playing at the highest level and things like that. So, battling with them, practice day after day, being pushed by the coaches day after day in practice. Strength coach was incredible. He changed my body and my frame and stuff like that. So I can't give them any more, appreciation for what they did for me in that year.
And if anyone's watching, I mean, everyone that's watched you play knows that you're a great shooter in your own, but you've got your signature shot. Mm-hmm. It's that coming inside, that kind of MJ type mid-range shot.
Yeah.
So how have you kind of honed in that as the mid-range shot as kind of your own?
Yeah, I kind of give that credit to my dad. When I was younger, that was the most practice shot by me was getting to your elbow, getting to your spot, and being able to rise up right here and knock that down. I feel like you needed that as a guard just to keep the defense off balance. They don't know if you're going to go to the basket or if you're going to pull up, and that's kind of the most dangerous thing. So yeah, I kind of commend him for that. Ever since then, that has just been like, I believe if I'm getting to this spot right here, that it's going to go in 95% of the time.
I was going to say that being as quick as you are, either you pull up and the mid-range or go into the basket, you definitely fit in that, and kind of at times you're kind of unguardable. So
yeah.
Would you say that you're kind of like one of the most dangerous in that in that regard, that kind of teams focus too much on the 3-point shot, whereas you're bringing the 2-point shot back?
Yeah, definitely. I try to definitely mix it up in between both. And definitely get into my mid-range. I feel as though it just creates a good balance between, the perimeter and getting to the basket. And it's a difficult shot to guard a lot of times. A lot of players are used to sliding all the way to the basket or stopping early, and now you have to stop on a dime to try to contest in this mid-range area. So that's definitely one of my trademarks and things that I, continue to improve on and practice day after day.
What would you say that the kind of the main differences are between playing in college and playing here in the British Basketball League so far?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's just pro life and college life in totality. But in college is more, I wouldn't say system-wise, because you also have your system and things like that at the pro and what team you're on. But you're more like, let's work the ball around. Let's try to get the best shot available, time after time, or let's do this play time after time over and over until they stop. It's more of just kind of like continuous action, continuous pounding on one subject and things like that. But when you kind of pro life is kind of just like showing that what you can do in a certain extent, and a team wise, but showing what you could do, and everybody's great at this level. Everybody is good players at this level. Everybody can do one thing exceptionally well. So you have to kind of, find your lane and find what you do well and kind of, strive in that area.
And obviously the guys, coming into the Wolves, you've made a massive impact along with the other guys that come in from the States as well. So going into this playoffs, what do you want to get out of the rest of the season with the Worcester Wolves?
I mean, nothing short of winning it all. I mean, I feel like the fans have seen us at our best and they've seen us at our worst, and I think the league has too. But I think the league knows that if we get hot and we're playing at our best basketball around the playoff time, we can be a scary outing for anybody. So, we as a team have nothing short in mind of just winning this whole thing. And we know we have the right pieces. We know we have the right amount of talent around us and the depth too to get it done. So, nothing short of that.
And that kind of brings us to the end of our interview. So obviously you mentioned the fans, the Worcester Wolves that are, the Worcester Wolves fans that will be watching at home. So if you have any message for the Wolfpack, please let it be known.
Yeah, definitely. We miss you. I wish that y'all could be at the game watching us, but I know that y'all home supporting us from your home, and just know that we're fighting every day to become better. In practice, on and off the court. And once the playoffs come, you're going to get 100% effort from us and even more to try to bring one back to the city.
I'm Kimble. Thank you very much.
Thank you.